Good morning, Iggy. The camera's a little crooked. I'm gonna have to adjust it. Here we go. That's pretty good. Yeah, hang on. A little too far. I think we got it pretty good now. Okay, now, this here book. Good morning, Iggy. It's still the same day. I just thought I'd change my clothing, make it look a little more appealing. And we got a song, a book here called Old MacDonald Had a Baby. Oh, I didn't know MacDonald people could have babies, but according to this story, he did. So, this goes like this. I'll sing a little, and it's kind of a nursery rhyme. So, by the way, I want you to know, I hope you're having a great time when you get to see and hear this video. I want you to know your mom loves you, your dad loves you, Clifford loves you, and everybody else that Iggy knows and sees loves him because he smiles all the time. He's a smiling young fella. So, Old MacDonald had a baby. And it goes like this. Old MacDonald had a baby, E-I-E-I-O. And E-I, E-I, and O are vowels. Your mom and dad will explain that to you. It's to do with the English language and grammar. So, Old MacDonald had a baby, E-I-E-I-O. And for that baby he chose some clothes, E-I-E-I-O. With a tug here and a wriggle there. Here's a sock, there's a sleeve, everywhere's a snap. Old MacDonald had a baby, E-I-E-I-O. And for that baby he made some food, E-I-E-I-O. Here's a splat, there's a flip, baby's bowl is upside down, with a spoonful here and a handful there. Old MacDonald had a baby, E-I-E-I-O. And for that baby he sang a song, E-I-E-I-O. Now he's got drums there and everything. See, he's got drums there and a guitar player. So, and for that baby he sang a song, E-I-E-I-O. With a boom here and a crash bang there. There's a clap, there's a whack, everywhere's a rapper's rock. Old MacDonald had a baby, E-I-E-I-O. So he took that baby to the park, E-I-E-I-O. With a seesaw here and a merry-go-round there. And here's a slide, there's a swing, everywhere's a coming green. Old MacDonald had a baby, E-I-E-I-O. And the baby had a bump on his knee, E-I-E-I-O. So he's crying, wah, he banged his knee. He got a little cut on his knee. Oh, okay. So, and that baby, he bumped his knee, E-I-E-I-O. With a wah-wah here and a boo there. Here's a hug, there's a pat, everywhere's a kiss is better. Old MacDonald had a baby, E-I-E-I-O. And for that baby he changed the diaper? Oh gosh. E-I-E-I-O. With a white wipe here and a stay still there. Here's some cream, there we go, everywhere's a stinky smell. Old MacDonald had a baby, E-I-E-I-O. And for that baby he warmed some milk, E-I-E-I-O. With a guzzle here and a slurp there. Here's a gulp, there's a gulp, everywhere's a big burp. Old MacDonald had a baby, E-I-E-I-O. And with that baby he built a tower, E-I-E-I-O. With a tipple-topple here and another block there. Here's a sway, there's a swerve, everything's crashing down. Old MacDonald had a baby, E-I-E-I-O. And for that baby he ran a bath, E-I-E-I-O. With a wish-wash here and a splish-splash there. Here's a towel, there's some towel, everywhere's a soapy flood. Old MacDonald had a baby, E-I-E-I-O. And for that baby he read a book, oh, E-I-E-I-O. With a nursery rhyme here and a fairy tale there. Here's a chew, there's a tug, it's there, one more hug. Old MacDonald had a baby, E-I-E-I-O. And with that baby he had a cuddle, with a big yawn here and the daddy's snuggle there. Here's a squeeze, there's a sigh everywhere, a sleepy snooze, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a baby. Oh, the baby fell asleep. Uh-oh, the baby has gone to sleep. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this story, Iggy. I hope that when you see this video and hear me singing, that you tell Grampy he's got to get a singing teacher and teach him how to sing better. But I love you, Iggy, and your mom loves you, and your dad loves you, and also Clifford loves you, and all the kids in the neighborhood like Iggy, and all his grandparents and his uncles and his aunts and his cousins and his friends. And I give you something. Honesty is the best policy, and things always come out in the wash. Yeah. So Iggy, we're going to sign off today again. And Grampy loves you. And I hope you have a fantastic day. Stay blessed. And God loves you too. And I'm signing off. Bye-bye, Iggy. Old MacDonald had a Iggy. E-I-E-I-O.